Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to SSG Speaks, the podcast that takes you inside the walls of Camelot. Meet the knights that made Sword and Shield gaming what it is. So pour yourself a flask of your favorite mead and join us for an inside look at the fine folks that sit at the round table.
No, take it away, buddy.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to SSG Speaks. This is episode 17, or lucky 17 if you're Jay. And we are talking to Warrior. How's it going, man?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
I got no complaints.
Good day, beautiful weather today. Is it pretty horrible in California today, Remy? Or
Oh, it's awful. Too much sun. Just terrible. I just might have to hit the paddleboard later.
It was getting in the 50s here this week. It finally started getting cooler.
Where are you at?
In Ohio.
Okay.
Ohio. Is that, you live there all your life, or?
Yeah.
Yeah? Born and bred Ohio boy.
Yeah.
Right.
I've spent a couple summers in England, but other than that, lived in
Like
Ohio.
England, or New England?
England.
What brought you out to England?
My aunt, she moved out there for her work for a couple years.
And you just decided to tag along for a little bit?
I mean, I was 6, so...
Oh, okay. So there wasn't much in the way of decision making then. Right on.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's rad. Whereabouts in England?
London.
London. Oh. That's,
London, England.
That is on my bucket list.
Yeah, I want to go back now that I'm an adult and visit all the
Now that you can actually appreciate it.
Yeah. I mean, I thought the castles were cool then, too, but...
Wow, of course.
I think I'd enjoy it more now.
Huh. Right on. So.
Do all the adult things.
Right.
Oh, man. All the touristy things? Heck yes. So, Warrior. Let's get to the gaming portion of this podcast.
Okay.
How did you come across SSG?
Andrew, or Darth. I went to college with him, and he introduced me to Reese.
Mm-mm.
So, about what time frame? What game was big in SSG at that time? Do you remember?
Call of Duty.
Oh, wow. That's never been big, per se.
Well,
maybe not for you.
I'm just kidding.
That's what I was playing with Reese and Darth and Irish.
Yeah.
Yep.
So which version of Call of Duty? Is that Black Ops?
I want to say it was Modern Warfare 3 at that time.
Yeah, it looks like Modern Warfare 3. So I always find this interesting. I always, up until now, I've been able to find everybody's current profiles on the forums. And so Warrior does have a profile still on the forums, which is cool. And Gambit, you were the first person to reply to his post.
Oh, really?
Heck yes. Dude, Warrior and I go way back. We played the crap out of Borderlands 2.
Yes.
Nice.
And that is a game that I miss playing with people, I'll tell you.
Did we do all those raids together, or did I do that with someone else?
In Borderlands?
Yeah.
Probably with me.
I remember some of those got real hard.
Yeah. Myself, Deadeye, and Kaz were we would trounce around with you.
That's right.
I distinctly remember doing a lot of the DLC with you.
And then I remember I unlocked the Baby Maker, and everything got a lot easier.
Yeah, that'd do it.
So what do you guys think about this Borderlands movie that's coming out?
Kevin Hart as Roland? Ugh.
I had no idea there was a Borderlands movie coming out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so upset that they cast Kevin Hart as Roland.
Isn't he a bit short for that?
He's a bit goofy, a bit short, a bit Kevin Hart for that.
Yeah.
They should have cast like Terry Crews or Idris Elba or somebody that's got some gravitas,
Right, because
Terry
Roland
Crews.
wasn't the
Dude, I love
goofy
that guy.
character.
Roland was what?
Roland was like the most serious character in Borderlands.
I know. What? So why Kevin? I could riff on that forever. But to their credit, they also cast Sigourney Weaver as Tannis, which I think is brilliant. She's going to be a perfect crazy old lady. I don't remember much of the other casting. That was the only one that really stood out as like, what the hell are you doing? But,
it's directed by Eli Roth, so that's got some clout to it, I guess.
What else is he or she done?
Well, he's done a bunch of like, I don't know. I know him from just a bunch of horror movies. So
interesting.
Not Paranormal Activity. What did he do? He did.
Nobody directed that. That was like real. Just FYI.
Hostel. He did Hostel and Cabin Fever. So like, yeah, I'm looking up his IMDb. Yeah, it's all horror movies. That's kind of strange that he's doing that. But
yeah, interesting.
That is kind of weird.
I'm intrigued.
Borderlands isn't exactly horror.
No, more comedy action, I would guess. It's interesting. What are they going to follow? Do you guys know anything about it? Are they going to follow like the plot of any of the movies? Like, are they going to bring Handsome Jack or anything into it, or?
No, this is going to be the time frame between Borderlands 1 and 2. So it's going to have the Crimson Raiders already established. It might be the origins of Handsome Jack, but I know it's going to be kind of its own adventure. So it's going to be like the Crimson Raiders and what they're doing between those times, as far as I know.
Well, there's already a
That's the last I
whole
heard.
game for Handsome Jack's origin. Isn't that what the pre-sequel is?
Yeah.
About how he slowly becomes a dick.
Yeah, but it's going to be told from the more core characters, because we got that from Handsome Jack's point of view, right? Or he was a major player in that game, so this is going to be from the core characters, not Maya, Lilith and Roland and da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, they have Kate Blanchett as Lilith. That's kind of cool. And Jack Black is
See
Claptrap.
that? I can totally get on board with those things.
Wasn't Jack Black the original voice actor for Claptrap?
No, that dude was, what is his name? He works for Rooster Teeth now, that's all I know. And I can't remember his name for the life of me.
And Gina Gershon is Moxie.
I don't know who that is.
So, yeah, that's got some, you'd know her if you saw her.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, the only thing I have against it at this point is Kevin Hart. I don't have anything against him personally. I just don't think he's the right choice for that role.
Yeah.
It seems very silly to me. But, here's hoping. It'll be just another video game movie that just disappoints. Who knows?
Unlike Super Mario, because everybody knows that was, just a...
By the way, the new Super Mario, what do we think about Chris Pratt voicing Mario and Seth Rogen voicing Donkey Kong?
I only found out about that yesterday.
Yeah. I think the news just broke, not maybe yesterday or the day before. So I mean, it's pretty new.
2 days ago, I think.
Yeah. Man, I don't know. We'll see. Because I mean, Chris Pratt. I don't know. Are they going to try and be? I don't know how Chris Pratt could be himself. Because I don't know. Mario's not like funny necessarily. He just has. I don't know.
Oh, dude, Mario's funny. He's just not Chris Pratt funny.
Yeah.
He doesn't have that personality.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's interesting. They're just putting names behind it just so they have some clout.
Is it going to be? Is it a live action movie?
I don't think so. I think it's going to be just vocals.
Okay, so just like an animated movie.
I think like 3D animation is what I'm assuming, or did I hear it? I don't know.
Okay.
Not that plugged into it.
Yep. Yeah, I did see the headlines the other day, so that'll be that'll be crazy. Mm-hmm. So, Warrior, how did you get your gamer tag?
Warrior.
The Warrior? Oh.
Mm-hmm. Or
college,
any variations you've had.
In college, people started calling me the Warrior of Light. So when I switched my gamer tag for SSG, I made it SSG Warrior. And it also seemed appropriate for SSG in general.
Sure. But where did the Warrior of Light come from? What is that?
Final Fantasy 1.
Ah, okay.
There was...
Way back.
Yeah, I've never actually played it.
That's awesome.
But my some of the friends I had made in college were really big into Final Fantasy, so they associated every single person in the friends group with some character from Final Fantasy. And I was Warrior of Light. That's how much they knew about Final Fantasy, was that they were like, we're going to pick Final Fantasy characters that you're most like. Okay. And I think the first Final Fantasy I beat was recently, or in the last couple years.
I've never played through a single game.
Ooh,
Missing out. A single one. I
don't know.
Not my style.
I like playing them back in the day. I don't know, I know they obviously remade like Final Fantasy VII and some of the other games. Like modernizing them, I think it would be okay. But when I've gone back and played some of the older ones, like I don't like the turn-based RPGs and things like that where you're waiting for things.
That's exactly what turned me off from them. Yep, 100%.
Yeah. See, I don't mind the turn-based.
I think the one turn-based game I ever beat was Pokemon, the Pokemon Red. It's the only one that I ever bothered. I should try it again now that I've gotten older, and I might appreciate it more. But Warrior, so you never played Final Fantasy 1?
No.
Where did your gaming career, we'll call it, start?
Oh Lord. I think it was on the N64. My dad bought it for me.
Okay.
I remember playing it, but I don't think I got really into video games until I got a Game Boy and a PC. Because on PC I was playing like Command & Conquer.
Oh, great game.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what games do you remember from the 64? What was your go-to, even if you didn't get really into it?
Probably Star Fox.
Oh, I mean, if you're gonna go with a 64 game, it's got to be either that or Mario.
I had Mario, but I never got very far in it. I've never really been big on platformers.
Oh, dude, I 120 starred that one.
I remember that is the amount. You are correct.
Yep.
He has it down.
There was no such thing as like game facts or anything like that at that point. You had to figure out where the hell those stupid stars were.
That being said, me and my uncle played through all of one of the Super Nintendo ones. I can't remember which one, but we took it to Florida with us one time when I was real young, and we beat it.
If it was Super Nintendo, it was probably Mario World.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
That seems most likely. That was the flagship for Mario on the SNES.
Yep. So did you guys see the new Nintendo showcase this week or last week, I think, where they just announced that they're bringing a lot of the 64 games to the Switch Online, and they're releasing a Bluetooth Switch or 64 controller?
Man, I just sold my Switch. I'm gonna have to buy another one.
I don't pay attention to
doing
Nintendo anymore.
And they're releasing some Genesis games. So they're releasing the original Sega Genesis controller and the Nintendo 64 controller.
God damn it.
But you have to... there's another tier of Nintendo Online you have to pay for, apparently. They've yet to release pricing, so I'm sure that's... I mean, not that Nintendo Online's expensive, but...
I was going to say $20 a month.
I don't know why it's... Yeah, or $20 a year, I think, but why is it still not included?
Or, excuse me, yeah. Oh, that's the same thing with Xbox and now PlayStation. That's just the way it is, because they can.
Yep. Yeah, so that'd be kind of cool to... Well, it's funny, though, because they just released on the Switch... Like, you can buy a Switch version of Mario 64.
Really?
I think I did see that.
I think, well, because they released 3 of them. They released, like, Mario Galaxy, I think Mario 64, and Mario Sunshine, maybe? I think it's like a triple pack of ones you can buy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to buy another Switch. That sucks. All right. I didn't know that, and now I'm a little upset with you, Jay. Well, my wife
Sorry,
is going to
buddy.
be a little more upset with you than I am.
Oh man.
So
Yeah,
going
that-
back to where you started. So you started on the 64, but you played on the SNES. In all your gaming years, are there any like really, really solid gaming memories that stand out to you, Warrior?
Oh man.
Any achievements that you're really proud of? Any games that you beat that were something special that hold a special place in your heart?
I've played so many video games. Like just on the Xbox, I've got like 700 games, or almost 800 now. So yeah.
He's played them all. Don't worry.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah,
Not even close, actually.
I'm sure you don't have a backlog.
No, not at all.
Well, the way they do it, and everyone has a backlog now instead of
Oh yeah.
waiting for
Yep.
games to come out. It's just a constant backlog, especially trying to game as an adult with a full-time job.
Oh God, it's exhausting. I've been making a concerted effort to try to get back into gaming, try to get more into actually playing because I put it down for so long.
I play turn-based
up.
games while I work.
Right?
I mean, I play games while I work. Everybody can't do that.
Oh God, I wish. I just picked up BioShock for the first time. I've never played through the series. I played
Really?
BioShock Infinite, but I've never played through the rest of it.
Oh yeah, the first one is definitely amazing. Like just such a good like twist ending.
I think
and
1
just
and 2
good
are
gameplay.
both really good. But yeah, the 1, hands down, I think is my favorite.
Oh really? Oh, see,
Yeah.
I was so enthralled with Infinite. I can't wait to get further into 1.
I only played through Infinite once. And I was like, oh. Well, I mean, the twist at the end got me. I was like, wow, that's really confusing and complicated.
Welcome to BioShock.
I mean, when you throw time travel into anything, it can definitely have that effect.
Heck, if you're
Well,
trying to do
BioShock-
time zones and coding,
It's one of those games with the what were they called? The Big Brothers or something? I think that you fight and they
Big Daddies.
Big daddies
the
and
big
little
daddies. These
sisters.
just the big giant guys. Like literally, like the hair would stand up at the back of my neck when you would hear him or see him, and you're just like, holy shit, and just like trying to run away from these guys. Like,
Or the little sister that
Yes.
no, that means that there's a big daddy somewhere around you. Oh God, that's
Uh-huh.
terrifying. Oh,
Yes,
I hate
very
it.
terrifying.
But I'm having a great time.
yeah, but yeah, the first one. That's the only one I really have experience with, but it was definitely one of those gaming, moments that just really stands out, just because of it was such a good game and had a amazing twist that I wasn't necessarily expecting and that kind of stuff. Yeah, so
See,
Good-
and I have no
good
idea. I've
series.
managed to go.
I don't know how
this
you've
many
managed
years
to get.
without spoiling it.
I don't know how
Oh,
you've
that's
done
awesome.
that because there's like memes of it all over the internet and stuff too.
Yep, I have no idea what to expect, and I'm just having a good time with it. Well,
Nice.
I'm not. It's terrifying because of the chicken shit in video games, but I'm having a good time either way.
oh man,
I did
so
100%
Warrior, we always
BioShock
ask
2.
people. We always ask people how many people you've met in real life. So I know you were at the Vegas land.
Yep. So
So
however
other
many
than
people
that,
were
have you met anybody outside of that? Like, obviously I guess you've met Darth in person.
Yeah, I met Darth before I gamed with him. So then
Wait. So his personality is what got you to like him?
we won't talk about that.
Man,
I'm just kidding, Darth. I love you.
I haven't talked to him in a while. Actually, I talked to him a few months ago when one of our friends passed.
I'm sorry to hear that. That's a
Yeah.
horrible reason to reconnect.
Yeah.
Yep.
But now I lost my train of thought.
How
Well,
many
but
people you've met
you know,
inside?
Oh, and I met
but
Reese.
the three of us were at Vegas
afterwards.
land, so
That's true.
Yep. And I met Reese once before.
oh really? So you got to meet him in person, huh?
Yeah, because he lived by me and Andrew, or Darth.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I had no idea. That's awesome. Ah, what a good guy.
Yeah, he
Yep.
lived within like an hour of us.
That's really
That's very cool.
You're one of the few that actually got to meet him in person, I believe. I think there were probably only 10 people or so.
Yeah, because that's before we started doing the LAN parties.
Yep. So is the Vegas LAN party the only one that you were able to go to? I don't recall.
So far,
Okay.
I was planning on going to the next one. But
Well, it's still happening. It just, is delayed by a pandemic.
right.
No big deal.
Yeah. This year I think we're shooting for the Seattle area, or next year rather.
I was about to say, if it's this year, I don't know if I have enough vacation time left, actually. But if it's next year, I can work with that.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
we're doing it. It's happening. I refuse to not let it happen.
So you guys
Well,
heard it. We're going to
maybe.
plan the whole thing.
I could do that. Actually, somebody in the area should probably do that, but I'll help. So, Warrior, are you still actively gaming, or are you adulting too much?
I still game a lot.
Do you? Okay, so what system are you working with right now?
My Xbox and PC mostly.
Okay, and you have the newest generation of Xbox?
I have not been able to get my hands on one, and it's
so you're still
frustrating.
on Okay.
Because I've been trying. I check every day, or nearly every day.
Dude, I tell you, I got download the app called Restock. They send you an alert, and I got one within a week of looking
Really?
months ago.
You could use it to buy a Switch now, Remy.
I know, I will.
So you've got the Xbox Series X.
Yes, I do. It's phenomenal. That thing is such a powerhouse.
Yeah.
Because I've been buying up games while they're on sale, but I haven't been able to play any of them.
Yeah, good call. I mean, you can absolutely tell, because I play a lot of games that are a little older, because I'm not really interested in anything new right now.
Like Halo Reach.
Like Halo Reach, yes. But actually, my son and I, he just started Halo 2 for the first time with me last night, and he is just enthralled, which, very proud.
Nice.
But I play a lot of older games, so when they shifted, like some of the upgrades, like I'm trying to think of which one really stood out to me. I can't recall, but you could definitely tell the difference in graphics, frame rate, just the speed, the beautiful game, or the beauty of the game just increased tenfold when I popped it onto my Xbox Series X. It is such a stunning difference.
Well, and some of the stuff they're doing now, like with the FPS boost and stuff like that, where they're retrofitting some of these games to like 60 frames a second that were
that's exactly
never
what
built
I'm
for
talking
it.
about.
Stuff like that is just amazing.
It's
So,
phenomenal. You can really tell the difference. It's just such a gorgeous system.
mhm.
I'm so impressed.
Yeah.
Now, Jay, you've got an X and an S, right?
I do. Yep.
Why'd you get two?
So it's the most first worldy thing possible, but I do joke about it all the time, but I do game at work. So I'm a paramedic, and we have I have my own room, so I get to essentially keep all my own stuff at the station. And so instead of transporting my Series X back and forth from home to work and stuff, I was like, I had the money and the opportunity, so I just bought the Series S and keep the S at work. So
That makes sense.
I honestly like it better. Like, I just think it's smaller. I think it's, I like that it doesn't. It's so tiny and light and small. It doesn't have a disk drive. I like the white better.
Whoa,
and
racist.
from what I can tell, I really can't see a difference. Like when I'm playing on the Series S and then I come home and play, I mean, I really don't see a quality difference.
Really? That's great to hear.
That's cool.
Um,
I mean, I have two 360s and two Xbox Ones. One
Brag about it.
Jeez.
for my office, and then for the living room.
There was a time where I had 3 Xboxes in the house, in one in each room, living room, office, and bedroom. And it was Xbox Ones, and I felt a little spoiled.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome because like now, both my kids. So my daughter has a Series S, and then my son has my old 1X. We're going to be getting him a Series S for Christmas, and so we're going to have 3 modern ones in the house. But it's nice because if I ever want to play with one of them, with the way that Microsoft is awesome about their accounts, I can if one of them isn't playing, I can just hop onto their Xbox and log into my account, and then all my games, all my saves, everything's right there. So it's pretty sweet.
I gotta say, I absolutely love the way Xbox handles its cloud saves.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you don't even know it's happening. It's just done. And I've never had a problem.
Wonderful. No, neither have I. It's fantastic.
The only time I've ever been annoyed by it is when I'm trying to delete a save.
I could see that being an issue, yeah.
Absolutely.
Like, no, I don't want it on my other Xbox. Stop it.
Yeah, well, even these days, like, a lot of games, we're all just server-based, so there's not even really, like Destiny, there's not, like, really a save. Everything is just kind of stored on a server.
Yeah, it's just your character that you're really bringing with you.
Yeah, which is nice. But, the thing that, I think we've talked about it before, but the thing that sucks is, like, we're not going to be able to, in 20 years, we're not going to be able to go back and play Destiny 1, like we're playing Halo. Hey, you like Destiny 1.
I did like Destiny 1 for a while.
Yeah. So, we won't be able to go back and play those games because, I'm sure they're going to take the servers offline, and then
for sure.
Then they're just gone, right? You can't. The game won't even start.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, but a lot of
kind of
times,
sucks.
a lot of times when that happens, there's hardcore fans that stand up their own servers.
Yeah, third party. Yeah, that does happen a lot.
I don't know if they can do that with a console like you could on like PC stuff though. Games.
My friend set up he bought an Xbox just to run as a what's that game called? Arc server.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, I guess you could do that. Like how we used to have our own like Minecraft server, that was on. I know.
Yeah, but
SSG Dark.
Now for a game like Destiny, I don't know enough about the architecture to say whether they.
Yeah, I was gonna say that seems like you would still need the server connection from.
Because it's not like the server is
Bungie,
running on an Xbox; it's running on actual like server blades.
Right. Yeah, because the whole game environment's online. It's not like Halo where it's a peer-to-peer connection where you're just hosting a game session. The whole world is online. So.
Right.
Yeah. It's interesting. I'm curious to see what the landscape of gaming looks like in 10, 20 years. I was talking to my son because we just started Halo 2, the anniversary edition. Mm-hmm. And, every cutscene, I have to switch back to the old graphics for just a moment just to see how much they've improved. And he's like, oh my God, it's awful. I'm like, dude, this was less than 20 years ago. You just wait. You're going to look back at this in 20 years and say it looks like garbage. Because every time, like Halo 2, when it came out, that looked great.
It did.
Honestly, I think it still looks okay.
It's still
like
the cutscenes. The cutscenes leave a little bit to be desired. Mm-hmm. Not gonna lie, especially Lord Hood. He's a little terrifying.
Yes.
I loved how seamless that button was, though, for switching to the old. I would mash it just to freak my cousin out because we were playing together.
But oh man, I'm so intrigued to see what the landscape of gaming is going to look like in the next 20 years. Mm-hmm. That's fascinating to me. I think VR is going to be a thing. Because I love my Oculus, and I just think that's definitely the direction it's going to go once people actually use it.
Yeah, be like Ready Player One style.
Hell yeah, I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not the condition of the world, although we're not looking great for that either. So maybe that might be a documentary we didn't know about.
A documentary. All right. So Warrior, have you ever been in any other clans before?
Before SSG, I played Call of Duty competitively, so I was in a group then.
Oh, okay.
Right on.
Did you like actually where you were like just playing from your house, or you like went to tournaments and all that kind of stuff?
We did online tournaments. We did one because that was before the real in-person tournament started. But we were doing like game battles and MLG.
Okay.
And see, I was playing it in Call of Duty 3, and then Call of Duty 4 is where it really took off. But my clan broke up, so I stopped.
So I assume SSG was a little different probably than some hardcore tournament Call of Duty.
Yes. Yeah, it was very different. Because on it,
kickback.
I mean, I'm probably not on there anymore, but I did check like a decade ago. I was ranked 3rd on the Call of Duty 3 leaderboards for rifles.
Whoa.
Nice.
Well, that's impressive.
Yeah, I was really good. It's about all I did after high school.
I think that's what we did after high school.
Yeah, that's
not
all
good.
of us, man. Oh, good times.
Because I was trying to get the general achievement.
What is that?
It's achievement in Call of Duty 3 where you have to get basically 40,000 kills or something in multiplayer.
God.
Wow.
That sounds exhausting.
It took me a while.
Yeah, I bet.
You say?
Holy cow.
People are still trying to boost that. I got it legit.
Well, okay, so we've established that you're good at Call of Duty, and
Was at the very least.
Yeah. Fair enough. So what kind of hobbies do you have outside of gaming?
And this is the part where my life isn't all that interesting. I like to travel, but I haven't been traveling much.
Well, nobody has, to be fair.
But yeah, all I've been doing recently is gaming
Okay.
and hanging out with my new girlfriend.
There you go.
Congratulations on that.
Well, thank you.
And I know we talked about it last week a little bit when this podcast was supposed to have happened. But
Right.
Just delayed a week, that's all.
Yeah, that's all right.
Right. But yeah, nothing, just work. That's basically all going on right now.
Yeah.
And-
Anything else? Like you big into like cooking or any like outdoorsy stuff or anything like that?
No.
Just like all the typical nerdy guys are like, nah, we'll stay inside. That's okay.
I mean, I'm a software engineer for work, so I mean, I spend most of my time in my office.
And you do work from home, right?
Yeah.
Is that a permanent situation, or are they eventually going to pull you back into the office?
I had the option to, but since I'm planning on moving back to Columbus next year, I just said that I could come in once or twice a month if needed.
Okay. And how far is Columbus from you?
An hour and a half.
Okay. It's a hefty commute, so I don't blame you.
For once or twice a month, it's not that bad. But there was a guy when I moved down here for, well, my previous position anyway, and there was a guy who commuted from Columbus every day, and I was still in college, and I'm like, there's no way in hell I don't have that kind of time on my hands to just sit in the car for 3 hours a day.
Yeah,
Not to mention traffic, so it would have been worse.
Oh yeah, I used to do it. And in LA, that's honestly not that uncommon. It's actually really common to find somebody. I would work jobs and I ask somebody where they live. I'm like, what the hell are you doing here? They don't pay you enough for that.
Right.
I don't understand that.
I don't know. I guess I just valued my time more because when I moved down here, I moved 5 minutes away from my office. I was like, I'm not going to spend half my day doing rush hour.
Amen to that, man. That's actually, I just started a new job last week, and that's exactly the reason. My old job was pulling everybody back in the office. I'm like, I'm good. I'm going to stay home. Thanks.
Nope. Yeah, I know you had mentioned the programming stuff because you were talking about helping out with SSG, like some of the, was it some, looking at some bots and stuff like that for our Discord?
Yeah.
Is that what we were talking about?
Yeah, everyone wants to suggest different bots, and then nothing ever really comes of them because you'll find another one because it's already been done more than likely.
Oh,
And then those damn guys in leadership keep talking bad about bots. I mean, that's the problem.
Not all of them. One of them is a big fan of them.
I can't remember who it was. It was somebody I'd never talked to before. But yeah, I guess he's been on some Discord servers where the Discord bot would just delete the server itself, and I'm like, well, you got to be a real bad programmer to do something like that. Like, why would you even give it the ability to do that? Like, what conditions did you make that a thing?
Yeah, you fucked up if that happened.
Yeah, you fucked up.
Just a bit.
Yeah.
So what kind of programming do you do? What is your job exactly?
Well, I switched jobs 6 months ago. I'm a software engineer on the transportation team, so I take care of mostly Java web apps, but there's background jobs and stuff like that going on. Lots of moving data.
Okay.
And lots of cloud stuff.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
It's no such thing as a cloud. It's just on somebody else's computer.
Right. There's a shirt or a coffee mug or something.
Yeah,
I saw that recently. It's pretty funny.
Right. I mean, and that's what we have to tell the business a lot of the time because, the way it's portrayed to people who aren't, tech savvy is it's, this magical world of the cloud where it's infinite. It's like, well, it's not really.
I would bet that there are people out there that genuinely believe that it's actually up in the clouds.
I haven't heard anyone say that, but there probably is somewhere.
We've been exposed to how incredibly stupid people can be, especially over the last couple of years.
This is true.
It would floor me if there weren't people out there that believe that. Hell, we have flat earthers. I mean, of course there are people that think it's up in the clouds, just floating amongst the moisture particles.
Right. It's sitting on a helicarrier.
Yeah, the flat earth. I can't understand the flat earthers either.
I just watched I just saw a video from Carl Sagan talking about flat Earth, and this was in his show in the 70s, talking about how they proved that
the
Earth
towers?
was on 2,000 years ago.
Yeah, I saw that
I
one.
Literally. Yeah, it was on Reddit. I'm sure that's probably where you saw it.
That's exactly where I saw it.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
I mean, if you're on a long enough road, you can see the Earth curve.
It's just God. I pity the people that are dumb enough to believe that the Earth is flat.
Mm-hmm.
It hurts my brain.
It's mine too. I've been having a lot of that lately.
Oh, dude. Oh my God. Over the past couple of years, I've gotten into meditation because of how much we've seen.
I tried to get into meditation, but I don't know if it's the ADD or anxiety, but I just can't sit there and be alone with my thoughts for that long.
I thought the same thing because I've got ADHD, and it took me a lot of time to really kind of lock it down. It's pretty bitchin' once you get it, but
nice.
Certainly not for everybody.
Yeah, because to be honest, the pandemic was pretty rough on my mental health because I live alone. I wasn't going anywhere. Yeah. I felt like a prisoner in my own apartment.
100%, dude. 100%.
Because
I was in the exact same, not literally the same boat. I was actually in a boat, but I felt the exact same way.
Because all my friends and family are an hour and a half away to begin with. So after me and my ex broke up and she moved out, I've been here alone.
Yeah. I can imagine that'd be tough. It was eerily normal for me. I feel like it just didn't. I feel like most things didn't hit me the way obviously it sounds like you guys, because my wife doesn't work, so her lifestyle didn't really change other than she just obviously stopped going out even more. I did all the grocery shopping and stuff like that in the early days, but I would go to work on the ambulance, and so that stuff didn't change, so I'd still see all the normal people at work. Right. And so, and we, we were still going on calls and going to people's houses. So really, the only thing that really changed work-wise was we were masking up and gowning up and stuff like that early on in the pandemic. And so, like, other than people just not calling, because people didn't even want to see us, which was great. People weren't calling for stub toes and stupid stuff like that. So it was when people called, it was serious stuff. But it was weird, like just driving. I'm sure you guys noticed it. Like the roads were empty.
Oh yeah,
it was kind of
I
surreal.
remember going to the grocery store and they limited how much, like you could only buy like one package of meat. It was kind of crazy there the first
people
couple
were
of months of
losing
like
their shit.
lockdowns and stuff.
Yeah,
like
man, it was crazy times. The toilet paper shortage of 2020.
I actually ran out of toilet paper, and I was like, "Oh God, I can't. Am I not going to be able to have toilet paper?" But luckily, there was some at the store that I usually shop at. So, but I was stressing out that day before I left.
Just FYI, if ever that occurs again, which I can't imagine it ever occurring again, but if it ever does, marine stores carry toilet paper. Places where you get boat parts and things like that, they carry marine grade toilet paper. Nobody ever thinks to look there. We never had a problem.
Nice.
So
is marine grade, is that really good or really bad?
It's pretty thin because it's got to break down pretty well. So just you are suffering in quality, but that's my normal, so I'm not too upset about it. But yeah, we would walk in and there were just thousands of rolls of toilet paper. It was like, oh, okay, cool, we're good, and nobody thought to look there. It was a beautiful little loophole for toilet paper.
Yeah, because at Kroger, I worked for Kroger, and yeah, it was crazy for months. I mean, they paid out our bonus for like 200% for the whole year of last year.
Wow!
Just how much nonsense happened.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it was
at least
nice.
You had an employer that actually cares enough to do that. That's pretty impressive.
Right.
On the other hand, I was laid off like the day that lockdown started.
Wow.
My boss is like, well, sorry guys. Okay, cool.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah. Advertising definitely took a big hit for sure.
Oh yeah, we were suffering. I mean, we lost right out the gate. I think we lost when things first started happening. I know of 4 clients specifically that just like, nope, sorry, we lost staff. We can't. It's like, okay, that's like a quarter of our bookings. So we had to cut quite a bit of staff. And actually, I was a manager, and my boss, we were already pretty strapped for time, and my boss was going to let 2 to 3 people go from my team. I'm like, dude, that will kill the people remaining. And I told him, if you need to cut salary, which I'm sure is what you're trying to do, cut mine because I know I make a lot more than these guys. Like, cut me out, because if you leave the team with 3 less people, it won't be able to function. If you leave the team with 1 less person, even though it's the manager, they might be able to limp along. So that's how I got laid off.
Well, I mean, you did the right thing. That was, super awesome to do that.
Very nice of you. Of course, losing that many of your team would have just been as stressful on you almost as your team members.
Yeah, absolutely awful. But yeah, man, what a time to live through. It's gonna be one of those things kids ask their grandparents, like, where were you when the toilet paper shortage?
Yeah, all that happened with us was they just told us to go work from home. But I work for a grocery chain, so people still got to eat.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I was definitely non-essential.
I mean, my job is really non-essential from that perspective too. But
no.
Because at the time I was working for the manufacturing plants, and most of the stuff they have workarounds for if it stops working. Even though they don't like it, but they do have workarounds.
Huh. Oh man. So going back to specifically to you, Warrior. I know we talked last week a little bit about your traveling, and we kind of touched on you being in London. Are there destinations that you still want to go to that you've never gotten a chance to see besides going back to London?
Oh, I do like to travel. Been saving up money for that. I want to basically go through Europe. I'm really big into history, so like World War I and World War II, and I want to see the Great Wall of China at some point.
Oh yeah. So where if you could go right now, you've got the money, you don't have to worry about the time off. Right now, what would be your country of choice or your monument of choice?
I might go back to Hawaii first. So that was a really we went to Hawaii just after I turned 21, and that was a lot of fun.
Man, still never gotten to go.
Well, so my grandfather served on the Missouri.
Oh wow.
So when he passed away, my grandmother took, I don't know, 3 or 4 years to get permission from the Navy to throw his ashes off the USS Missouri, which is in Hawaii now.
Awesome. Yeah, because it's docked at Pearl Harbor, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Right. And it had to be very specific because they didn't want to, because the Arizona and all the, everything around the Arizona. They didn't want his ashes to float down with that.
Right.
So it had to be a very specific thing. And then afterwards, they gave us a special tour of the Missouri, which was amazing. Because they even opened up like the captain's quarters and stuff, which is usually locked.
Oh, wow. That's really cool.
Yeah, it was a blast.
Yeah, that's something I've never thought about, how controlled that would be.
Extremely.
Very interesting.
Because, yeah, she had a Navy liaison
I wouldn't fully understand why would it matter if his ashes ended up near the Arizona.
I think it's really a respect thing because, they died during the attack on Pearl Harbor.
Sure.
He died 70 years after the attack on Pearl Harbor.
I see. Okay. How fascinating. That's something I just never would have crossed my mind had you not said it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're going to Hawaii in the first week of December. We'll be there.
I definitely recommend checking out Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
Stop by LA, leave some space in your suitcase. I'm gonna see if I can wiggle my way in there, and I'm gonna stow away.
Well, we're going to San Diego the week before, so we're gonna go to San Diego for a week, and then we're gonna go to Hawaii. So
perfect. Leave a Remy-sized hole in your suitcase.
Okay, perfect.
Oh man. So speaking of islands, Warrior, what is your your desert island book, movie, TV show, game, whatever? What's the one piece of media that you would take with you, assuming you have internet or connectivity and whatever you need for that item? What would you bring to a desert island?
Probably my computer, because that will just provide everything else. Or is that cheating?
Well. So your computer and one game.
One game. Probably KOTOR, actually.
Okay.
Nice.
Not what I expected.
Really? I'm a huge Star Wars nerd.
Are they redoing
I didn't
that?
know
Is
that.
The one that's getting redone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Exclusively on the PlayStation 5, apparently. Or at least at launch. I don't know. I haven't heard whether or not it will remain that way, but at launch, that's how it is. Because it was the Xbox original, it wasn't exclusive. Mm-hmm. So it's odd that it's now a PlayStation exclusive.
But with past, who knows?
But with Xbox or Microsoft has been really aggressive this generation. So I guess buying up studios, exclusives, Game Pass Ultimate.
Oh God, I love Game
Pass is so good.
It's so worth it.
Oh,
that was a brilliant.
Anyone that doesn't have it is missing out.
I don't have it right now, so what I do...
Well, you're missing out.
Well, no, hold on. What I do, because I just had it for 15 months for $1. So...
Oh, yeah, okay.
So I wait until they offer me some crazy deal again.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because I'm cheap,
I don't know
and
about
I'm
the
not
roll,
playing
though.
it. I'm not playing anything online right now, so...
Yeah, that's just one of the monthly bills that is just a no-brainer for me.
Yeah, I mean,
I have yet to actually had to pay.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I guess I've paid, but just because I had Xbox Live Gold pushed out for like 3 years, so then I just did the conversion thing.
Yeah, that's what I did too, and it was $1
Okay.
and it added 3 months even. So yeah, I mean, there's so many games.
Oh, so many.
And you can still, like, if you go to the store or go to websites where you can buy like Xbox Live Gold cards, like the 1 year things, you can still add those, and it'll just add, instead of adding a year, it adds 6 months or whatever. So if that ends up being cheaper, you can do that instead of paying the $15 a month.
That's cool. Yeah, I like that. So, Warrior, I was not aware that you were a Star Wars geek. I had no idea.
Yep.
I've known you for 10 plus years, and somehow that's never come up.
It's because there's been a lack of, Star Wars games in 10 plus years.
Well, that's not entirely true.
Maybe not 10, but I mean, like EA's
I guess,
flopped
yeah,
on both
Battlefront.
of their Battlefront games. I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, EA's certainly
hate
come out with
EA.
a bunch of Star Wars games.
Yeah, but they haven't been any good.
Yeah, or microtransaction games, I guess we could call them.
Yeah. Microtransactions with a Star Wars skin.
Yes, there you go.
Basically.
Ugh.
Because I mean, if you play it, it felt like Battlefield with a pay-to-win system. Now I've been
Battlefront
told it's a lot better now, but I just don't care to go back.
Oh, me neither. Battlefront 2 for the original Xbox was such a stellar game.
Yes,
I played the crap out of that.
I had every single one of those medals unlocked.
Oh, same here. Oh, I love that. Oh, so many hours of that game.
Yeah, me and my friends would play that all the time.
I was at I was the manager for a Game Crazy back when that was a thing, and me and my coworkers, whenever there weren't people in the store, that's what we'd be doing. It was either that or Test Drive Eve of Destruction. It was fantastic. I miss it.
Yeah, my son actually on my at 1X, he has access to all my games that I bought. So I downloaded, I think, Battlefront 1 and 2, and he plays those. But he really likes them because he just plays like the bot versions, where you'll just play like the gets bots where it just counts down kills, But he really
That's
likes
cool.
it.
Yeah, it's great for kids that don't care that much about unlocking things.
Right. Yeah, he can't even really read, so.
There you go. Perfect. There's the EA's audience.
Yeah.
Well, no, it really is, because especially with, you have your credit card tied to your account. So
Yeah.
you hear all these stories about people's kids buying crazy amounts of stuff, like on Fortnite and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah,
if my
we
son
have
did that, oof.
Yeah, we have it locked down pretty good, like at our house. Like now, it's certainly better than it used to be. Like at our house, we have, Apple has like family sharing because my kids both have iPads. So like they have to get permission to even download a game, even if it's free. And on the Xbox, they, what we do is every month, I basically give them $10 in their Microsoft account. And if they have money in their Microsoft account, they can spend that without having to ask. But if they were going to try and buy a game or buy some DLC or buy V-Bucks or something and they had no money and it was going to try and default to my credit card, then they would need permission.
That's cool.
So it's kind of nice. So every month I just put like $10 in, and then they can spend
That's
that $10.
cool.
So
That's
That's
really
a good idea.
yeah, so it's it's come around at least, but it takes some work to get it set up to do the family, everybody needs their own account, and you got to get the family stuff set up, and it's like I've had to walk friends and stuff through it, and it's not easy.
Yeah,
it's just it's a pain.
Yeah, they definitely don't make it easy.
Well, because each person needs like an email account and that kind of stuff, so it's like I had to set up email accounts for my kids, and it's just a bunch of stuff you have to do beforehand. And, and then it's Microsoft, so it's still not that easy.
Yeah, even on their best day, they're not known for being user friendly.
No.
What just happened?
Was that a computer? What was that?
Yeah, that was the computer I'm working on. That was weird.
That's hilarious. It has like the accessibility feature turned on, or something. That's hilarious.
That's what it sounded like.
I don't know what that was. This is not my computer. I don't know what's happening here.
Oh man!
But we are coming to the end here, pretty soon. And Warrior, we have to ask everybody, what is your guilty pleasure? Whether it's a TV show, movie, game, whatever it is. Music could be.
Guilty pleasure. I don't know. I've lived alone for 5 years.
Everything's a guilty pleasure.
Oh man.
So what's one, like, for example, what's one band that you listen to on a regular basis that you wouldn't blast in the car sitting next to another car like full of attractive women or something like that?
I get anything to do with anime, I guess, but I don't really listen to music outside of watching it, but sometimes it comes up on my playlist anyway.
So do you have like a video game playlist? Like a video game music playlist?
Yeah, I've done that a couple times. I really like the Doom music, even though I don't play Doom all that much.
Yeah, they did a good job with that soundtrack.
They really did.
That was
I love the memes where it's like the
with the Animal Crossing,
when the music kicks in, and then they'll have like some kid, and he starts yelling or doing something crazy. It's like all of a sudden everything's normal, and then it's like the music starts to creep up slowly, and then all of a sudden whatever it is, the person just goes crazy.
Well, I saw videos because of the whole Doom and Animal Crossing.
Maybe that, yeah.
What?
The whole bonding, because they were coming out on the same day, at least prior to COVID. COVID threw it out of whack.
Oh yeah.
But like they were, like the communities were bonding over it, and there were like videos of the Animal Crossing characters in a band playing Doom music, which cracked me up.
That's amazing. I'm gonna have to look some of that up.
Let me see if I can find it real quick.
Oh man.
Yeah, shoot
That's
it on
awesome.
over to me. I'm very curious. Maybe we'll Jay, when you post this in the thread, attach that. That'd be awesome.
Yes, sir.
But
Oh man.
gentlemen, we are coming up on time. Warrior, anything else you want to leave the wonderful people listening with?
No, I don't think so.
All right.
I found it. So I'll leave it with this. Doom Animal, that's what they called it.
Doom Animal. I will 100% be looking that up.
I'm going to put it in the chat real quick.
Nice. Cool. Well, thank you, Warrior, for being patient, especially with the issues that we had last week and whatnot.
No problem.
But it was awesome getting to catch up with you, man.
Yeah, it was good talking to you guys.
And I know I
It's
say
always fun
this
to catch up.
every single podcast, but we need to get some games in.
Yeah, it's been a while since I
has.
played with anyone. I think the last time I played with anyone was Mania when Borderlands 3 came out.
Yeah, we definitely need to make something happen. That's,
Well, that's-
again,
is
I
that-
say it every single time.
Is Borderlands 3 cross-platform?
No.
Are you sure?
I think it is now.
Okay.
I think it is now. I don't think it
Is it
was when
really?
it came out.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think it might be.
What? Oh, I'll have to find out. Okay, if that's the
What?
case. Oh, I'm excited right now. If that's true.
Oh, does this?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
This channel doesn't have a chat. It's just a voice chat. Hold on. Let me see where I can put this.
We'll shoot it over to one of us, and we'll drop it in the SSG Speaks when this episode is posted.
Yep.
Cool.
There, since we already had the chat going.
There we go. All right, gentlemen. And everybody listening, thank you guys so much. And we will catch you next time.
See you later.
See ya.
Take care.